Alright, here's our 5 people. Alright, and then Toby will be taking video for me. Alright, well, hello everybody. Welcome to the workplace. You all know it pretty well. Anyways, today's speech is back to the basics. In today's world, we hear a lot about apocalypse, zombie apocalypse, power going out, all those. It's kind of normal in today's world. So, I guess the only question I can ask is, if there was one, are you ready? Would you survive? And then, if your plane, a little less dramatic, if your plane crashed in the wilderness and you survived, would you be able to survive out there until help arrived? Or if the grocery stores all closed down for some odd reason, would you be able to survive without it? Let's go ahead and go even less dramatic. So, assuming none of those things happen, everything's okay, you don't get a plane crash, the stores aren't closed, but are you spending hundreds or even thousands of dollars per week, per month, per year on food? And I'm sure a lot of you are, because meat is expensive, and I live with some of you. But anyway, so, and also, do you know where the meat's coming from? Do you know what the chemicals are being put in there? Do you know what hormones are being put in your meat? And all of those things I'm going to try to let you think about while I'm going through this. And as a child, I grew up hunting and fishing, and that was just something we did, something we were used to. And while I was researching for this speech, I remembered and was reminded a lot of how in the places I've moved, I've used hunting and fishing to subsidize a lot of my meat buying. When I was in Wyoming, I would hunt and fish, and that took up half of my fridge for what I bought in meat. So I bought half as little meat as I would have if I hadn't hunted and fished. And then when I moved back to Georgia this past year, hunting and fishing was all I did for meat. I didn't buy meat at the store. All I did was hunt and fish, was deer, hog, or fish, bass usually. But that was all I did for meat, and it was great. It saved me a ton of money, and I knew where my food was coming from. In this speech, I would like to encourage you to hunt and fish for your food versus going to the store and buying it. This will save you money, and it's a great learning and life skill. Now that you know what the speech is on and have some thoughts and questions to think about, we're going to move on to the basic need for hunting. So, according to the U.S. Census Bureau, there are 324.5 million people and counting currently in the United States. And of those people, according to the 2006 survey in Dustin Worley's book, Fishing, Hunting, and Wildlife Associated Recreation, only 30 million people in the U.S. fished in 2006, and only 12.5 million did some form of hunting. And many of those overlap. Some people hunted and fished. Those numbers may seem really high, 12.5 million and 30 million people, but if you look at this graph, this is the total population. This is all that know how to hunt and fish in our society. Or if you look at the bar graph, this is total population. These are who know how to hunt and fish in our society. It's not very big. So, with only 10% of our society knowing how to hunt and fish, that leaves 90% that don't know anything about hunting and fishing or know very little. That's 292 million people that if something were to happen, they could not survive on their own because they don't know how to hunt or fish. Now, I'm sure some of them would pick it up pretty quick, but right now, if anything were to happen, 292 million people would not be able to survive. Now, hunting and fishing not only is a great survival skill, but it also ensures that you're getting a wild and natural source of food versus your store meat, which can be caged or filled with hormones and different products like that. According to doctors Chuleo and Muccini, in their article, A Balanced Perspective on Animal Welfare for Improved Meat and Meat Products, they explain, I quote, prior to slaughter, animals experience excessive stress owing to the sudden change of environment, which increases the secretion of enzymes and hormones, consequently reducing the quality of meat and its products. In such instances, animal welfare is compromised, resulting in reduced meat quality and downgraded carcasses. Now, that doesn't sound too great. I have a few pictures of what these look like. These are chickens in a processing plant, and then these are lambs stacked on top of each other, and it doesn't look very appetizing. So this is what your meat looks like that you're buying in the store versus what you're getting inside if you were to go out and hunt your own meat. Not only that, but these animals have been caged their whole lives, whereas if you buy or you go out and kill your own food, you then know that that animal had a good life living on its own in the wild, and it was humanely killed because it was instant. Now, that these are just a few reasons why you should learn to hunt and fish. Now that I've explained that, let's go ahead and move over to how you can hunt and fish and add it into your daily life. So the first step for hunting and fishing would be to get a license in your state. That way you don't get arrested or fined. So going to get a license, you can go to your local DNR. You can go to a store like Walmart, one of those service stores, or you can go online and purchase your license. It's very simple. There are a ton of different licenses to choose from, but right now all you really need to look into is a combo hunting and fishing license if that's what you want to do. In Georgia, according to the Georgia DNR website, the combo license is $17 for a year or $31 for 2 years. Now, California, because that's just where you guys live, California doesn't offer a combo, but you can still buy both licenses. One, which is the hunting license, is $47 per year, and then a fishing license is $47 per year as well. So you can get both licenses for $94, which isn't terrible compared to how much you spend per month on food. Your next step would be to purchase a rod and reel or a rifle and bow or something of that line. You can even use a stick and a piece of string if you wanted to. But overall, you can get a good starter rod and purchase it cheap at a place like Walmart or a pawn shop for $15 to $50, however much, and they usually come with some sort of tackle. Or you can get a rifle and for your hunting needs, and a rifle you can pick up from as low as $80, and it's cheapest if you go to a private seller. And but pawn shops also have them fairly cheap. You can get them. Or you can go with a more traditional method, which would be a bow. And bows you can pick up dirt cheap at most of those same places, from as low as $15 to upwards of $500–600, depending on how much you want to spend. And then your next step after that is to check your local DNR website and see what the seasons for hunting are, so you're not poaching game, and also to see how many fish you can catch at one point in time during that year or during that day you're fishing. And lastly is just to go find somewhere and go hunt and try fishing. It's a lot of fun. So that is how. Now we're going to move over to supplying the benefit of supplying your own healthy foods. And the practicality of it is there are so many benefits to being able to hunt and fish. I'm going to go ahead and just list to you a few. By learning to hunt and fish, you will have a life skill that can be used in any situation. You'll also save hundreds of dollars on meat products expenses, and you know you're getting a wild and naturally fed product that's not full of hormones and enzymes and different things that can mess with your body. And you're also going to have the peace of mind that you could survive if something were to go wrong or you're stuck in a situation in which you needed to supply your own food. You can also, another great part of it, which I know a lot of you enjoy, is you get to commune with nature. You get to enjoy the outside. You get to be outside. And it can be truly relaxing just to be out there and enjoy the hunting and fishing, being the serenity. And for a lot of people, it's even a spiritual experience, which is really cool. I love being outside, and the hunting and fishing just adds another element to it, and it's a lot of fun. To close, I'd like to restate that hunting and fishing is worth trying to learn and just trying it out. It can save you money, or it can save your life one day. You never know. So I urge you to go out and invest in yourself and your future. Just go learn to hunt and fish and try it. Thank you.